Who's your mob? Sean Phelan. At times I wonder, pause and sit, just where in this country is it I fit? My heritage traces back to lands far away, however it is Australia that I live and it's here that I'll stay. I look at the people and see disconnect, a land full of people who at times lack respect. Whatever our background or language we talk, the one thing that binds us is the land which we walk. Aboriginals have known this all of their lives, by connecting to country as a means to survive. We can live by the beach and bury our heads in the sand, however it is connecting with country that will save our great land. As we sat in the Yorta Yorta training room listening to Shane Charles deliver cultural heritage training, he asked each of us where we were from. Where were our parents from? What was our heritage? As each of us responded, it really sunk in how little I still knew about my background. As we moved around the room responding, most had a similar understanding. I remember thinking how grounding it must be to know exactly where your mob was from. Australia is a land full of people whose roots trace back to countries from all over the world. Many forebears emigrated because of conflict or hardship in one form or the other. For me, my father's family ended up in Australia as part of the mass Irish emigration which occurred in the mid-1800s. My mother's picture is not as clear. I live in a town with many South Sea Islanders who were forcibly removed from family and brought to Queensland to work on sugar plantations. For others, descendants of the First Fleet, convicts or post-war migration after World War II, the Vietnam War or more recent Middle Eastern conflicts. These are just a couple of examples of the events that have shaped the population diversity living in Australia today. This diversity, however, has brought disconnection. We are a nation which seems to stubbornly cling to colonial roots. We have a tendency to live in houses with English-style gardens and thirsty green lawns, and wonder why the plants aren't doing too well in our hot, dry climate. Australia covers approximately 7.5 million square kilometres of land, yet 4 out of every 5 of us live within 50 kilometres of the coast. Did our forebears travel halfway around the globe just to settle on the coast, subconsciously hoping for the ship to return them to the country of origin? In less than 250 years of non-Indigenous settlement, we have introduced numerous feral animals and plants, much to the detriment of our unique native flora and fauna. We have dammed our waterways and wonder why the fish population has decreased. We continue to undertake projects focused on short-term economic benefit, with seemingly no understanding of the likely long-term downstream impact. Indigenous Australians have survived for thousands of years through connection with country. They are masters of sustainability and conservation, and have been long before these words were popular. Spiritually, they are connected to the land and animals. They are part of the country, and the country is part of them. They understand where and when to look for food by understanding signs in the natural environment. Whether it is knowing when to hunt mud crabs because the eucalyptus tree bark is peeling off, or emu eggs are available because of a change in constellation pattern. Aboriginals are consciously reading the signs of nature is providing them and adapting accordingly. The more I understand this, the more I realise our disconnection as a nation. The Indigenous people of Australia can educate non-Indigenous Australians by teaching us about the importance of connection to country. After all, regardless of our race, religion or colour, the land upon which we walk is the one thing common to us all. Our ability to understand, adapt and respect our country is fundamental to the survival of future generations. Is this the Aboriginal solution?